It's probably not much of a stretch to think that most people, if not all people, have dealt with procrastination at some point or another. Some people definitely struggle with it more than others. Today I want to go over a technique that has helped me in a lot of ways. But first, I want to say that procrastination isn't all bad. Actually, if we pay attention to it, it will help us decide what things are important to us and which things are not. Procrastination can tell us to stop doing something because it's not something we need in that moment. It's a great indicator at times for figuring out that kind of thing. Still, there are definitely times when procrastination is definitively inhibiting my ability to produce stuff. I love my work, but sometimes it's especially hard, so I'll put off tasks for a while. And admit it, you do it too. Seems to be a pretty common thing. Anyway, I figured out a way to help me consistently work on projects and personal goals, and it uses two ideas simultaneously. Number one, which you may have heard of, is this idea of not breaking your streak. If you were to look at your calendar, you can see that you perform the behavior every day. That's a really satisfying feeling. It looks good, but it doesn't quite have enough staying power on its own. So I also applied 20-mile marching to my menial day-to-day tasks. If you don't know what that is, watch this video. Basically what I did is I took my end goals and broke them into small, very, very bite-sized chunks. They're not difficult at all, but that's the magic of it. So whenever I don't feel like exercising, I just have to remind myself that I just have to do something. It doesn't have to be a lot in order to satisfy the 20-mile march. It's the long game, after all. And for continuous habits that have no defined end goal, like exercising, this works tremendously well. I can do all right with ambitious goals that have endpoints for a time, but I can't do really labor-intensive stuff indefinitely. It has to be manageable each day. I've learned not to overestimate what I can do each day, and I've adjusted my metrics over time to what works best for me. It's about being honest with myself about what I can do. And I've been able to achieve a lot more because of this. At this point, I have about 5 or 6 daily behaviors and a few weekly ones in addition to my normal workload. It's been working for most of the year. Hopefully this will work for you too. If you're curious, I do use a couple apps to keep track of my behaviors. There's a lot of them out there, but the one that I like is called Productive, and I also use a basic counter app to keep count of how many times I've done something in my lifetime. It's reassuring and helps me to see the incremental progress along the way. I have a number for how many tutorials I've made, how many cinematic articles I've written, and how many potential clients I've reached out to. I like it a lot. It's pretty sweet. Take it easy, guys.